I wanted to start this video out with saying thank you for all of the birthday wishes you all sent my way on my last video. That was so kind of all of you. It really meant a lot. In today's episode, we're going to be taking products from the Dollar Tree and turning them into high-end, beautiful boutique signs. Now come along and let's make something beautiful for our homes. I kind of love ribbon, and I had this idea of taking ribbon and turning it into a Christmas tree. So I picked up one of these wood planks from the Dollar Tree and a whole bunch of ribbon that they also have at the Dollar Tree and lace. And I'm going to bring it all together to make a beautiful Christmas tree sign on a Dollar Tree budget. I'm taking some water, black paint, and brown paint, mixing it all together to create a water stain. This works great because it dries quickly and it absorbs very nicely into the wood, especially since this is raw wood from these signs that they have at the Dollar Tree. Now, once it was all painted to a color I liked and dried, I'm now going to take the lace and the ribbons that I get from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to start to cut them down almost like a triangle, but again, we're making tiers on a Christmas tree. I really loved how neutral the colors were of this Christmas sign, but you could definitely do different colors. You could use different ribbons. You do whatever feels right for you in your craft room, but I just wanted to show you how you can make a Christmas tree out of ribbon if you collect it as well. Now I'm just getting smaller and smaller with my triangles as I'm getting higher, and at the very top I'm going to create a very small triangle. Once I have the top of my Christmas tree done, I'm going to take a stick that I had in my craft room. I'm going to cut it down to size, and then I'm going to glue it and sneak it underneath the bottom lace tier of the tree. Glue it into place and push that lace down around it, having a nice clean finish. Now up at the top, I always like putting a star on my Christmas trees. I have this little wood star that I get from Hobby Lobby. They have a whole bunch in a pack. I'm going to add some hot glue, and then I'm going to take some of this gold foil that I have from the Dollar Tree and just tap that right into the glue onto the star. And then I'm going to just pull away the extra. And this stuff is messy, but it's so fun to work with and to be able to gold leaf anything that you have in your craft room. And this jar, I just get it from the craft section. They have gold and silver and copper. Now I'm going to just glue that on, and now I'm going to work on the top to be able to hang it up. I wanted to do something a little different at the top other than just a wood rounded bead handle. So what I decided to do is twist my wire in place on one side. I added on 5 beads, and then before I added on the other half of the beads, I'm going to take that wire, twist it so there's a little hook at the top, just like this, and then I'm going to just keep twisting it so it has a nice wounded wire up at the top, and then I'm going to put on the rest of my beads and then lock it into place. I liked how it just had this little extra piece at the top. It looked kind of different. And I love doing that on projects here from time to time, just to kind of switch things up and try things different. Now I'm adding on the rest of those beads like I mentioned, and then I'm just going to go back through that other hole, bring it up, and twist it around into place, making sure there's no wire sticking out or can poke somebody. And now you have a beautiful sign that you can hang up or lean somewhere on a shelf. I think this is so high-end and farmhouse for Christmas. Thank you all for watching this video. If you haven't yet, please do give it a thumbs up. I found this darling truck sign that says Santa's Workshop at the Dollar Tree, And then I found this Christmas ornament at Walmart, as well as this craft stick from the Dollar Tree, and then this little knob from Hobby Lobby. Now this is a hodgepodge of a whole bunch of different things, but when they all come together, it makes the cutest decor piece. I'm taking apart that sign. I'm going to save the truck for another day, another project, and I'm going to keep the Santa's Workshop arrow. I'm cutting down the stick, the craft stick, or shish kebab stick actually, because there's a point on the tip. I'm going to cut that down and then glue on that little wood knob. It fits perfectly on there. Then I'm going to cut away the ribbon that's inside of the shoe, because I'm not going to hang it up for a Christmas tree. I want to be able to stand it up because I just love the idea of a Santa boot sitting somewhere in my house. I thought it would look so cute, so whimsical for Christmas. And then I'm going to just glue my stake with the little knob topper down inside that ornament. I'm going to glue on that arrow sign, adding lots of glue, and then reinforcing the backside with a piece of fabric, just because it helps it keep locked on, and it has a really nice finish. Cleaning it up with my scissors, trimming away any extra fabric that's maybe hanging over or loose from the glue, and that's it. This project is so quick and easy, and it's such a fun way to use this little boot ornament from Walmart, bringing in some Dollar Tree supplies as well. I love this vintage looking farmhouse sign, and I think it's so pretty. So I'm going to pair it with this bead ring that I get from the craft section at the Dollar Tree. It's just cut down. It was originally a big circle. It's something that I had left over. We're going to pair it with this sign. Now I cut away the twine hanger on this because I wanted to elevate it more and make it look more high-end. Something that you would see in a boutique or in a nice store that you would see at like Kirkland's, Home Goods, the at-home store. I just think that this is going to look so elevated with this bead hanger. Now I cut it down to size. I took off some of the beads. I'm going to use the pre-existing holes, and then I'm going to just twist those wires down. Always be careful when you're working with these signs from the Dollar Tree. It is pressed cardboard. It's a very thick cardboard, but you just don't want it to break. So I'm just taking my time twisting the wire so I don't crack it as I'm twisting that wire. Once it is all locked in place, I'm going to take this beautiful ribbon I found at the Dollar Tree. I'm going to cut it down to size, and then once I've got my bow to the liking and the size I want, I'm going to glue it onto one of the sides of the sign. This just has such a warm, beautiful ski lodge feel to it. Adding this bow and some of these pine cones into the center of the bow really elevates it even more and gives it such a rustic farmhouse look. Now I'm going to take my sandpaper and I'm going to rough up the sides just a little bit, giving it more of a distressed look because I just feel like it works really well with the way that the sign was designed. And once I got it to the distressing that I liked, I'm going to come in with a little bit more distressing, and I'm going to be using my Ranger ink pad, and I'm going to just tap along the edges, giving it some depth with the sanding that I just did. I don't want to completely undo the sanding that I did. I want to still see those layers, and I'm going to just tap my ink pad along as I go. Now, once I've gotten all those corners, I wanted to also distress the glitter a little bit. So I'm just lightly tapping, rubbing it in to the sign, and that's it. What a fast, easy project, and it is so vintage chic for Christmas. Crafting does not need to be difficult. Sometimes you just want to make something really quick and cute, and that was what these projects were today. I hope you felt inspired by these, and give some of these Dollar Tree signs a try in your own craft room. Thank you all so much for being here. Don't forget to check out this video that came out just the other day, and until the next episode, bye friends.